pick some off, they're a lot more purple. Like this one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, ours shows some of what we get. Well, this looks like a
Different kind?
But the soil mix is probably affecting like the colors of the eggplant. They're all the same eggplant.
It's not beneficial, is it? I'm sorry.
That is a milkweed bug. I don't think it's too bad. Usually it just attacks the tropical milkweed.
Something you're growing back here. Is that a green cover? Or green compost?
Somebody else has got this cover crop. This is buckwheat. That's a warm season cover. It'll get about 1.5 feet tall and then start flowering. It has a white flower and it attracts bees and stuff like that. So it's really nice to attract the pollinators to your vegetable garden. So it's a real buckwheat. It's a real good summer cover, and it's fixing nitrogen and stuff into the soil also.
Is that what's in here?
That's what's in here also.
Yeah, buckwheat. Now it's not a nitrogen fixer.
Oh, it's not a nitrogen fixer. Okay.
It's a blue.
It's a green manure.
Yes. So you turn the black-eyed peas are a cover crop that are a nitrogen fixer.
So would this thing get in your palm?
That's ready.
Yeah, if you have a bare soil, you don't have anything you can plant, just plant buckwheat.
What else can you plant in your vegetable garden right now from seed? Or is there anything?
Oh yeah, right now from seed you could plant black-eyed peas, okra. You could probably plant squash, cucumbers.
Is that too hot for that?
No.
Cantaloupes maybe?
Yeah, winter squash, getting pretty close to trying to plant pumpkins and winter squash. Cantaloupe, watermelon.
Yeah. Plant the pumpkins by 4th of July to get them for Halloween. To get the jack-o'-lanterns.
Okay, any more questions? This is sweet potatoes. You plant those in April. You can see how well they're taking the heat because they're forming underground, the sweet potatoes. So
Storing that water up.
very
How many
nice.
sweet potatoes would you get out of an area like this? Pine needles? Pine straw?
You'll probably get about 10 to 20 pounds, maybe, at least. Off of every slip, you'll probably get 3 or 4, half a dozen sweet potatoes.
It's probably a good idea if you're planting sweet potatoes to go ahead and put the beneficial nematodes in the soil. They're a little worm that tends to mar the sweet potatoes, and the beneficial nematodes can help prevent that.
They're prone to weevils too. Little bugs that eat holes straight through them, you know.
All these, the square foot garden, is that all hand watered, or is there like a drip irrigation system you guys got?
We have been hand watering this garden since last fall because we're using rainwater. We have the 15,000 gallon tank over here. It has never been dry since we installed it. It's about half full right now. Wow. Right now the vegetable garden, herb garden, and then we replenish our water feature out here with it because of the evaporation.
Do you have to treat it with anything?
No, we don't treat it. Not for just watering plants. We're not drinking out of it or anything like that. But it takes 1.5 inches of rain to fill this up because we're collecting off a big warehouse up top. It's all underground, gravity fed, collecting off the store and the offices back there.
Wow.
So if we don't use it, it fills up, it overflows, and just runs, you know, so we lose it. So we try to keep it used up.
It's pretty slick.
Just
Shouldn't be a problem.
We just had a pump installed on it, which is really nice. Before we were stringing the hose out and we'd run it into a watering can and then take that watering can and go water, and by the time we got back to the second watering can, that one would be full, and it was just kind of exchanging and doing it that way. It was kind of hard on your shoulder, you know, kind of everybody's getting sore shoulders and started to complain and everything, so we spent $400 and had them install a pump, and now the pressure is incredible. We put it on a hose with a watering wand, and it has more pressure than you could ever want. It's pretty
So
incredible.
rather than workers' comp, they pay for a pump.
Workers' pump.
plan.
Work harder, that's right.
Yeah.
Talk about healthy workers.
Yeah,
You can feed them vegetables.
that's right.
This is our heat-loving spinach called Malabar. You're welcome to pick a leaf and taste it. It's kind of slimy, but It's great. Use it in recipes where you normally use spinach, and it's fantastic. Because of the sliminess, it'll give you good resistance to the heat. It's like okra or purslane.
Maybe I do need to eat it.
Agave, you know, tequila, you know, it works pretty good for the heat the next day. If you drink a couple shots of tequila at night, you don't feel it as much as you do because it's coming from the tequila agave, which is just baking in the full sun, and it's just so resistant to the heat. I'll munch raw okra, you know, and I can definitely tell a difference the next day.
So you think the raw is better than cooked for heat resistance? Maybe I need to develop a taste for it. This is one of my favorite plants right here. It's mullein, and I can say I'm possibly responsible for any mullein that grows here because I planted it one year when we used to have employee gardens up where the irises are right now, and let it go to seed. And I don't know if you know about mullein, but to some people it's a medicinal plant, but to other people it's a weed. And it really, really proliferates from seed. But you can make a tea out of the leaves, and it's good for lungs if you've had a couple of shots of tequila and some cigarettes, you know. If you have a cold or a cough, it's a very good tea for that.
What else is it called?
Mullein? I don't know.
Nature's
toilet paper? All right, fine. I was hoping you'd just
soft.
It's wonderful. One of the kids yesterday said that it was, they were so smart they thought, oh, that's lamb's ear. It's different.
You can see the lettuce over here underneath the 40% shake cloth. Still looks pretty good. It's a little bit bitter, but you know, you can use the shade cloth to extend the growing season as some cool weather plants like that. Lettuce looks really good for this time of year. Well, that's a mesclun mix, so it's all mixed up. It's like a cut and come again. I use several different packets to mix these, but a lot of it is blush Batavia, and there's some oak leaf. It's great chicken food right now, even if we don't eat it. You know, if it's too bitter, it's a little bitter. I tasted a leaf the other day. But, you know, it's important to have some greens for your chickens this time of year.
My favorite insect in the world. Y'all know this guy? It makes the little
antlion.
I see that everywhere. You can call it a doodlebug or an antlion, and it if an ant falls into the hole, it'll start kicking up dirt and make the ant fall deep into the hole so it can eat it. When I was a kid, I would dig them up with a big spoon and put them in a pie plate and watch them make the cone again.
Does it eat fire ants?
Oh, probably not enough to be very helpful.
Like a scarecrow.
I want to sleep, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't perform. Oh, there he goes.
It is a larval for something, isn't it? Isn't it the larval for another bug?
Yeah, the antlion down in there is a larval stage.
Is it the click beetle, maybe, or something?
Something like that. We'll have to look that up.
Okay, let's walk through the herb garden.
Smart man. So I don't think we're going to get to the permaculture and all that other stuff we talked
You talk too much.
You would think I would monopolize, but apparently the tables have turned.
This garden was designed by Lucinda Hudson. It's been here since 98.
98.
We did a complete redo this spring. We took out all the plants, just about all the plants, We tilled in haydite, lots of haydite and lots of compost.